Oh yeah, it's chapter 4 time, baby! Welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. In this episode, I want to get started with chapter 4. I could sit here and build factories or redesign chapter 3, but you know what? We got to move on because at the end of chapter 4, we get an ME controller and the ability to make an ME system and just solve all of our problems, well, most of our problems, and I want to get into it. So I tore down this house, or really covered it with dirt, and we are just going to begin the Into the Box chapter right here. Now, to do Into the Box is going to require some interesting things, some custom stuff, okay? Which is the laser beam. Where's my red dye? There we go. The laser beam can be a multitude of colors, so of course you know that we have to make it pink. Channel colors, man, you got to stick with the branding, right? And I believe to make a laser, I'll need some glowstone. And I suppose I could now use my fancy and schmancy crushing wheels to hopefully get some more glowstone than I normally would have. One short. But I do just want to start off this episode with kind of a demonstration of how they work since they're very custom, okay? So we need this pink Illumar. This pink Illumar. Glass and redstone to make that Illumar block or something. I know, it's so weird. This is very far off of vanilla Create, but it's interesting. It's a super interesting machine concept that we're about to dive into, and we can get this pink laser lamp. Oh, well, we can have 8 of them. I don't really want 8 of them, so we'll put this with the enchanting table for now. Wow, that is ugly as heck. Now I need to take an Invar machine as well as some source of redstone power, like a lever, and we are going to need a deployer. I don't know that I have a deployer laying around. It doesn't look like it, so I'm just going to make a new one. While these are stamping, I'm going to be making a special, of course. I've got a few things in mind, but I just really want to acknowledge 5,000 subscribers. I was asking for 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and you gave it to me today, midway through. I couldn't be more appreciative of you guys, and I just want to see where this goes. I want to see how far we can take this channel. How quickly can we hit 10,000? I know. 10,000 is huge, but I mean, I believe in you guys. Like, I have never had more faith in the community. This is the best community on YouTube. I know everyone says that, but it's because they're all wrong. Okay, so I'm going to set this little thing up here. We're going to have our deployer up top, because it can be, and it has to be in punch mode, okay? Then we have the Invar machine and a pink laser lamp attached to it. And once we give this power, look at that. It fires off a laser beam. Oh, that hurts. Okay. It fires off a laser beam when this punches it. And so this is the laser machine, okay? And the laser machine is going to be used to synthesize... Ow! Wow, everything's hurting me. To synthesize Basalt's shards and... what are these? Blizz cubes, both of which are required to eventually get us down to silicon compound, or rather silicon. And silicon is the ultimate goal of this chapter. And by the way, I'm very much aware there is the secret chapter, the alchemical chapter, but I was thinking about that from a content creator perspective, and it's a lot of just randomly creating stuff, and I just don't think it'd be very fun to watch, at least not for daily uploads. Kind of speaking of daily uploads, I don't know how long we'll be continuing that. In fact, we may stop here and there. If an episode is going to need more than a day to make, I'm going to let it take more than a day to make. I think we're finally at a point where, I want to keep upping the quality of the content I make, and unfortunately that is going to sometimes require slowing down the upload schedule when a video needs to take longer. So, yeah, that's not saying that I'm going to be going to once a week. Probably at worst there'll be 2-day gaps, except for Tuesdays. I don't upload on Tuesdays because I take a break on Monday. That's my break day. Although that might be moving to Sunday. I gotta work out my schedule. And while I do a boring menial task, why don't we do our Q&A of the day coming in from the Discord as always. This one's coming from Poipy. I have no idea. I think that's it. Asking, have I seen the films The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and what do I think of them? I've seen all of them, and I love all of them. I don't care what anyone says. I love the Hobbit movies. I think they're fun. There's problems with them, but they're great. Peter Jackson is a brilliant director, and stepping into the world of the Lord of the Rings through the movies is an absolute blast. And if you want your Q&A to be the one of the day, join the Discord. We're almost at 500 people. I think 500 people is like a milestone or something. Like, I think we get something special for 500. Like, Discord will, like, award us. I don't even know what it is. But, like, join. Be a part of the crew. Join the 500. Okay, let's try to find a more permanent spot for this thing. And I'm thinking, like, at the intersection between these guys would not be a bad place for a beacon beam to be coming out of. So, beacon goes here. Do I have enough space for that, actually? I suppose we'll find out. Okay, hopefully... Oh, this is a full beacon beam. Okay, cool. I did do that correctly. And we even have a gold ingot, so we can actually get ourselves the haste 2 effect that we so desire. Beautiful! It should be a lot easier to build around this thing. And you know what's something I really should have done a long time ago that I just have been putting off for absolutely ages, and I've had the resources for forever, is making something from the Torchmaster Torchmaster mod called a Mega Torch. And I can do that, I believe it's with an Infernal Machine, right? You can use an Infernal Machine and feed it a torch, and it creates something called a Mega Torch, which prevents the spawning of mobs in a very, very large, like a very large radius. When it says big radius, it's a big radius around itself. It doesn't mess around, so we shouldn't have any more mob spawning problems. Or, well, mob spawning in general, actually. Okay, there we go. A nice central position of the factory. And this thing reaches out pretty far, so we're kind of golden on that, which is amazing. Also, by the way, if you want an update on our processing, I'm pretty sure everything's full. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's full. Like, look at that. full. I really should get precision mechanisms auto crafting, but you know, we're not gonna focus on that yet. We are going to be moving on to some cool stuff. So, the laser beam, I don't think I remembered to explain. It shoots a hopper minecart, and so we need some minecart logistics. And luckily, this mod pack has more minecarts, which comes with a minecart loader and a minecart unloader. And we're going to need 2 loaders for each machines and 1 loader for each machine that uses the silica steel stuff. In silica steel, it's not like too bad to make. So we're going to need, what is that? Half a stack. So 16 crafts of this. Zoop, very nice. Glad I can still do math in my head. Because, man, I've been out of school for too long. You forget how to do math in your head. So we need, we need 4 loaders and 2 and of course I was wrong. Of course I was wrong. Well, I did say I forgot how to do math in my head. In any case, we can make ourselves the unloaders. And the way they work is pretty simple, right? You have the minecart roll on top of them. And then you have all these different settings. This is their inventory. It can even hold fluid and power, but that doesn't matter to us. And you could have it either output to a comparator only, or the block itself gives off redstone activation. This is where, you know, you can consider all minecarts or locked minecarts, which is specialty. This controls the redstone activation, right? So it'll activate its output, whether to a comparator or just itself. If there's not been, if time has passed since it loaded, you could have it when the cart is full. You could have it when you could have it output the cart's contents, which it does so to a comparator. And then you could also have like loader slots get filtered and stuff like that. And then same thing with the unloader. It's just that it's got unloading based settings. So yeah, they're actually really simple to use and very helpful for what we're going to be doing. So to actually create the basalts, you need something called a flexomagnet, a charged flexomagnet, and basalt. Run that through an alchemical laser. So we have to put basalt and a charged flexomagnet in a hopper minecart, run it in front of the laser, beam it with the laser, pull out all the items, right? Put the basalts somewhere to be crushed, which is what we need to do to it, and recharge the magnet, have the minecart come back around, pick up the magnet, pick up more basalt, and then zip that, bam, bam, bam. Do that forever and ever. So that's the loop we're going for. I think one of the best things we're going to have is controller rails, which basically, unlike a powered rail, when they're powered, like if a cart is sitting on top of one, it obviously doesn't move. But if you power it, it will move afterwards. Like it won't just stay there. You won't have to slope it. So it should allow us to keep our contraption pretty neat. And then something to consider, of course, when the basalt shards are done, we do have to crush them into powder and then compact them into earth charges, and that's what we're actually going to be using. So we'll need something that also, that takes the output, crushes the output, and packs the output down. So potentially this system should be built up in the air, like we should have it on a platform. Yeah, let's grab some crushing wheels. We don't have any crushing wheels lying around. And I took down all the mechanical crafters because I thought they looked ugly. Okay, time to put them back up. So for now, I suppose I will just leave these crushing wheel crafters here, since who knows how many of these we're going to need. So the way I'm thinking about this is we'll have the crushing wheels here. Right, they'll eventually crush down, probably maybe onto a belt line. I guess we could have them then go up one, just so that the belt line can be raised off of the ground. That'll go into the basin. Right, up top, we'll have our smart chute, and this will pull out of the unloader. It will pull the basalts. And then this unloader can have, where is my pretty pink toolbox? Where did I put, is it in my inventory? No, I put it somewhere. Uh-oh. Oh, I put it right over here. Thank you. So then we could have this guy output the flexo magnet onto a belt line that can take it into a charger. Oh, I should probably... What is it that you need to charge the flexo magnet with? It says in the quest menu. I forgot how to do it. Energetic infuser. What does that cost? What is that going to run me? That looks like Electrum. Oh, it's constant. I might have some Constantin. This is not too bad, actually. I do have Constantin. Constantin. That sounds wrong. Sounds weird. Right? Constantin. Ugh. I don't like it. Okay, so this energetic infuser is where these guys will go. And I'm supposing that, honestly, we can transport them with a belt line right there. Yeah? That should be okay. And then this guy would hang out on top of this. Well, it's not going to be a dirt block when it's done, but that would go there. And then... Can we put the modular reconfigurator in this? No. Okay, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But we could still use belts to move stuff around. Yeah, no problem. So maybe even, actually better than having it sit on top of this, we could just pull a belt line out here, have it then output the fully charged one into a loader. I guess potentially the loader we would want to have on the other side, because I'm trying to think about, like, we would have the minecart loop around, so that here is where it would unload, right? Then it would move along. Well, actually, wait, that wouldn't work at all, because the minecart has to stick back here. Okay, so the loop would be behind this. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. In any case, it would go here. That's all I'm trying to say. It would go here. Although, thinking about it, that doesn't give us enough space to load then the basalt and fire the... Unless, well, I mean, let's try to get clever with this. Try to get clever with it. Because we could try to load the basalt right here. The basalt, getting basalt in there is not going to be bad, because we're just going to be using, in fact, this specifically, to fuel it. It's the being able to get the laser to fire on the minecart in these two spots. So having to stop the minecart, fire the laser, and then start the minecart. And actually, hold on. These can't be next to each other, can they? Because the problem is they'll power one another, won't they? Let's test this out. Let's test this out. So this first one would be output redstone activation. Activate output when... I guess output when cart... No. Output cart contents, right? Because pretty much the cart should be empty when it comes by. Having been emptied of everything, right? It comes by here, it's empty. This one would be filling it with basalt. So we would want... Like, I guess I could actually use a flexo magnet, couldn't I? We're going to have to make that anyways. Flexo magnet, I think, is just lead. Oh, no, it's more than lead. Oh, I cannot wait to get into applied energistics and do auto crafting and not have to sit around doing this over and over and over and over again every single time I need something. Okay, so this is the flexomagnet. So we can say the flexomagnet. Okay, apparently you can't right click on stuff with it in there. And then we'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, this many stacks, I suppose, of basalt. Well, that's a lame amount. We'll put more in there. And now, of course, we shall take our hopper minecart, or actually it's a minecart with hopper. That's the proper name for it, but who calls it that? And I should probably get some regular rails too. So hopefully the idea is that it will go on this, right, get powered, move forward, and then the power will stop, and it will stop here, fill up, and then move forward again. And at the end of it, it should have everything inside of it. Okay. Oh, there we go. That actually worked. That actually worked. I didn't think that would work. That's... Ooh. That's a good thing. That's a good sign. Alright, this is a version of Minecraft where they would drop separate from each other. I just want to try that one more time just to make sure. But if we give this a push... Beautiful. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm glad that actually works. I was a little worried that because they power each other like powered rails, it wouldn't work. That is not the case. So then I suppose what we could do is have controller rails here, and this will once again output as a redstone activation and only when the cart is empty, right? So this one, though, will be powered by a redstone circuit that waits until we're sure the laser has been fired. But how to be sure that the laser's been fired? By powering the laser and then powering this. Okay, I think this will work. So the detector rail powers frequency this guy, right? Lamp 1, right? Lamp 1 flips this guy, right? So if I do that, that turns on, right? So lamp 1 will flip this guy on, and the laser will become powered and psh, 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 right? Then 10 ticks will pass, so half a second will pass, until this thing fires a signal, turning off the laser and powering detector rail, which should briefly pulse this one, allowing the cart to roll forward and then be unloaded. And then that should go and pulse the cart forward as well. That is the idea. That is the idea. Whether that idea will work or not, I have absolutely no ideas on. And I'm also realizing how little space I have to work with this. Though I think redstone links can go on the upside down side of blocks, now that I think about it. Okay, this is going to be like a test power, right? Whoa, that's really fast. Maybe 10 ticks is too little. Let's try a full second. Oh, that might be good. That might be enough. That might be enough. That might be just enough. Okay. We'll play with the timings. We'll play with the timings. Okay, minecart with hopper. I suppose we don't want the smart chute here because it'll just throw items all over the crushing wheels, and that's no good. So, a minecart will come around here. We have the magnet inside of this one, right? No. Where did it go? Where did the magnet go? Did I lose the magnet? I totally lost the magnet. Aw, okay. New magnet, I guess. Okay. What has happened? Oh, the minecart counted as being on top of it. Interesting. Oh, don't. Stop. Oh, shoot. Whew. Okay. We have 2 flexomagnets. It's not exactly ideal, but whatever. All right, let's do this test. Let's do this test. So that should go into the minecart, and it needs to output cart contents just around itself. That's going to fill up the cart, and then that's going to output cart contents around itself. Oh. that kind of bounced it back. It only unloaded part of it. So that needs to be active for longer than one. So, okay, I mean, honestly, I guess we could just put it on a regular repeater set to, like, 3 ticks like that, maybe? This seems to be a very, like, timing-based program. Uh-huh. No, we definitely need more. Yeah, okay. Okay. I might have to pull it out back one again. Because these guys being able to power each other is causing the problem. I wish there was a way to, like, make it so they couldn't power each other. I guess we could also just risk it with the laser just constantly going. Remove this whole thing here and just have the laser just constantly blasting, like here. I mean, it's an idea. I guess it really could work. It just comes down to whether or not the minecart would be struck with it. So I suppose that's what we're here to test. I also need someone to charge this guy now that there's a belt underneath of it. Actually, you know what? That's fine. It's not a huge problem. Thank you for that. I can just... What I was going to say before I was interrupted is it's not really that big of a problem to just put a different belt line here, and then we could just connect them with chain drives. That won't be hard at all. I think that works quite nicely as well. Or you would move that way. There we go. So now we could just have power underneath it, which is what I wanted. So here we would just have a magmatic dynamo. Does that have anything in it? Nice. It does. And then we'll just turn this ender tank to orange, orange, orange. Make it the lava tank. Beautiful. And that's power sorted. I mean, power is always the easiest part these days with the magmatic dynamos. Sweet. And a flexomagnet can only actually pull 1,000 RF per tick anyways, so there's nothing we really need to do. As long as this thing is full, we should be okay. And it shouldn't consume the whole magnet each time either. Alright, so this is going to pull, actually we'll need some proper filters, because there's some data involved in this. There's a little bit of data, NBT data. Oh, perfect, 2 filters. Okay, so the first filter is going to ask for a flexomagnet ignoring the data. That is what is going to pull out. And then this guy, we are going to charge up the flexomagnet. Wow, that felt like that pulled faster than that. Okay. Anyways, this is going to allow a fully charged one, so we have to respect data. So that means it won't pull out any other form, right? It has to be fully charged. So now let's just look at powering this thing, because it potentially all this complicated redstone garbage, we don't need it. Potentially. More likely, probably, but we'll see. Believe it or not, the wiring for this thing is pretty easy. It's all just kind of handled by these chain drives in the back that should get everything spinning. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get everything spinning in the right direction. The only thing, of course, is power. And I guess we could just have our rotation speed controller here and then connect all of the chain drives up like that. So it's just kind of like cluster, I suppose. And then power would come in. Well, I'm trying to keep the footprint inside of this, so hopefully I can get power to come in through this side. Although I do have to think about the fact that this does need to drop down onto some belt line to be mixed. But I don't have to think about it right now, do I? I also think I can slap a gearbox here. Yeah, there's no belts operating this thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter the direction those guys spinning. Okay, cool. So we do have power right down the line that I want to. Oh, sweet! Oh, it works right off the bat. I thought it wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. I was so ready for, like, the speed to be a problem. So we can just turn that all the way up. Oh. Well, unfortunately, powering this guy is going to extend the footprint back one. There's not really much I could do about that since they have to be... Like, I could put it... Even putting it way up. Yep. We have to pull the footprint back. Sad. Very sad. But it's what we gotta do. Alright. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Still, it's not exactly something to complain about considering... Yeah. Woof. That's loud. Okay, so we'll just send it, I guess. Ow! I took damage from that. It didn't pull out the magnet. What? Why didn't you pull out the magnet, hmm? Why can I not grab the filter from... Okay, you stop. Why can I not grab the filter from this thing? I can't pick it up. I'm getting frustrated. What if I replace the filter? There we go. Okay, thank you. Maybe because... Maybe I need to, like, put one in that actually has some charge. And then it can ignore data and still work. Alright, let's try that again, because that was horrible. Well, it almost worked. I mean, we have the Basalt's powder in here. We actually created it. So it worked. Didn't actually pull everything out. Oh, wait, no, it got struck while it was here. Oh, that's not good. Turning this back on. Boop, boop, boop. That didn't work, did it? No. So this is completely unreliable. Although that is fully charged. So I didn't even see that happen. Oh my gosh. So this is not reliable. I suppose we could have two setups. We could have two lasers next to each other. Okay, there we go. And they're even staggered. Woo. That is intense. Okay, wow. That is super intense. I suppose let's... I mean, that's gotta be consistent, right? Like, that's... That feels consistent to me. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, okay, okay. Turn that off for now. So... Whoops. I'm gonna have to move the rotation speed controller because it's actually in the way of where we would have the Basalt generation. But that is an easy thing to do. And now it's time to move this guy around and about, which is not so bad. You have got it. Nice big old augment inside of you. I have no idea where to do the input on this without extending the footprint of our build. Which is unfortunate. Because I kind of didn't want to, but, suppose it's how it has to be. Suppose we could move to Ender Chest Tech. That might be the solution. That might be the solution, actually, Ender Chest stuff. I think Light Gray is open? Yeah, Light Gray is open, so we'll use that to code these. There's so many gray blocks in this game, I'm kind of running out of different ways to code them. Okay, there we go. So that's like the first module, and then we could basically just extend it as far as we want, but that should mean that we're all good, and we can basically just have that running wherever we want it to. And then this guy should fill up until it has a stack. It looks like it actually just emptied. But yeah, this is set to fill up until it has a stack. Okay, perfect. So this smart chute is what's gonna pull the Basal's stuff out of this thing. I shouldn't put that down until we actually have something to pull into. But I think as far as like the actual minecart design goes, like the recharging, the lasering, and stuff like that, I mean, it is loud, albeit, but, I mean, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And I mean, I'm pretty sure if it gets really annoying, I bet we could go into blocks and just, like, yeah, in fact, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Nice. I just want to use this time to say thank you so much to the members of this channel. They are helping this channel and me become closer and closer to becoming a full-time content creator. So if that's something you'd be interested in, subscribe and become a member.